people like Asia region, Middle East, and also shout out to the one OC duo, Alex and Worthy.
Thank you so much, Flois, and I can't wait to watch the rest of the games with you, but we're going to be heading back to the desk for now.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Fortnite fans, if y'all are up in here, please go say what's up to Flois. He's absolutely amazing, super wholesome. But, as much as I want to talk more about what happened in game number 2, getting word game number 3 is ready. We're getting closer and closer to the halfway mark, so don't miss out. DJ producer, 2 friends will be here for the halftime show right after this next game. So let's get on into this next one. Casters?
You know what they say, time flies when you're having fun. We're already into game 3 in just a few short moments, and it's been an impressive performance so far by both Cooper and Miro.
I must say, man, if Miro does it again, the strike back, the potential, the explosion that we've seen come out of him so far has been incredible. Let's do it one more time. Game 3. Game 3 of the grand finals is here. It is time to see how this one's gonna play out already. We already know that 14 players have fallen both games back-to-back in these early moments. That means 7 duos have it out for one another.
This is the moments here that kind of make yourself one of the best in the world. This is the last game before that halfway point. You gotta get as high up on the leaderboard as possible. You don't want to leave it to those final moments. But you know what it is from games 1 to 3. Kanata and Agers, Thomas and Malabuka yet again. You even see shots coming in. Well, Kanata takes damage.
Oh.
Thomas is already half health, and the fight has barely just begun. Kanata gets the first strike. Thomas goes down. Malabuka by himself. He's on the chase for Agers. Agers doesn't look like he has a weapon. It's all up to Kanata, and he strikes while the iron's hot.
2 for 1, back and forth. Kanata, Agers have an opportunity now to potentially run away with it. The problem that they have, though, is how far can they take it when the chance is in front of them?
Uh-oh, I already see Baka that's down. Giannis and Reason, they go for that 50-50 at the top of the tower. Pars, he hasn't even been able to launch pad over, and that's not going to be an option. They both got ARs and SMGs to go ahead and take them down if they try to make that a part of their game plan. Now it's all about the hunt. They even get a shield briefcase. Uh-oh, this is a very, very daring play. Pars just go ahead and bulldoze his way through. He's trying to make magic happen. Shots on the both base players. Pars almost does it. Takes down Reason, but Giannis saves the day.
So close, and he seals the deal in the final moments. You wouldn't think it would be possible, but he does do it. Here's Chicho, here's Trulex. They have TK nearby. TK had that explosive entrance coming out. Of course, that lower bracket, they managed to turn online, and already they have taken down his teammate. Unfortunate for TK now. He's gonna have to figure this one out. Play this one as a solo for now. Meanwhile, Muzz and Paper getting active here.
Ready to battle it out. They changed up their drop spot. Normally going over towards Breakwater Bay. They qualified to the FNCS Global Championship. They qualified to the grand finals over towards Breakwater Bay, but sometimes you got to be adaptable in the bush, trying to go for a hide and seek style play. Paper getting taken down low. Muzz there with the bait and switch to try to go ahead and save the day, but they got to be careful. Nisha and Tini yet again, all around the map, all around the world. They're ready to take that top spot.
Misha and Tina might be the most flexible duo in this lobby right now, and they are showing how it can be effective even while you try new strategy. But no, Bryce comes in. He's got his attention to put on the matter. Where is Chubbs here? Will he back him up? Misha now has to back out of here. We have spoken too soon. Paper will get the final finish, but Bryce got the knock, so the rewarded points will go to them.
Invitations were sent out to everybody this weekend. You can join the party if you want to. If you want to take that chance, but Paper and Muzz get taken down. They get cleaned up by Bryce and Chubbs, who already have 4 eliminations so far. Impressive way to start game 3.
What a great spot to be in right now for Bryce and Chubbs. Bryce and Chubbs the lower bracket duo that definitely performed, I would say, above average, finishing up towards that top 3 by the end of the day, putting themselves in the conversation. Upper bracket day, they were contested. They had a bit of a difficult time up in the north side, but right now could be their chance to turn things around. 4 eliminations, what a way to start the game.
And you know, our first 2 games were decided by teams who already have a victory royale throughout the weekend. Bryce and Chubbs have one as well, so that trend could continue. As TK goes down to Chicho, he gets cleaned up, probably trying to go for Quanti's reboot card. So they're going to be out of this game early on. But Cooper and Miro, I like this. They go ahead and get it uncontested. They loot up. They kind of switch to figure out who's going to go for the early surge, who's going to go down into that vault and try to clean up all that loot.
Jumping over to Batman Booger, Rapid. We've seen so far having to play solo a fair amount, losing Batman Booga a little earlier than he would have liked the last round or so. But this drop spot, man, Mega City, obviously highly contested, plenty of action to unfold here. And then if you just peer off to the outside, you have teams like Acorn and Cold constantly hovering around, so you never really are safe inside this big city. We jump over with Kanata. David says Kanata, already starting to look up and over. Getting a little dangerous here.
And you can see his streak. He's the only player in the world to go for 20 for 20, reaching a grand finals. He won his first one in the FNCS Major 3. He's looking to go back-to-back in some ways and take this global championship by storm, but this game needs to count.
All right, let's just say that one more time. Kanata is the only person in the world to have made every single FNCS Grand Finals and also perform extremely well. His top 10 performances, by the way, you can hold a candle to it. It'll stand strong, but Kylie is gonna fall here to Fast Strokey. Oh, to the hands of Datus and Steen. So from the Frenzy Farms, they come south and they influence Kylie and Fastrokey with the quick finish.
That's huge. This team has been slowly but surely upping up their firepower game after game throughout the weekend. It's only a matter of time before they hit their final form. But Reet and Ritual, they've been out of this world so far, consistently performing at the top level. Not only online, though, they brought that skill here to the big stage. And see if they can keep it up, but they're close by, neck and neck with both Edgy and Duke. I think a lot of these teams know the risk of taking an early game fight. And so Edgy and Duke just continue on with their rotation. They're trying to not take too many risks early on. We'll save those for the late game.
Now we tune in one of the most seasoned here. Tayson setting up what could be a potential ambush alongside Murstache. They have the side angles, they have the information. A 3-2-1 is all it takes, and Kaizen is caught out. And that is what a professional duo will do to you. A moment is all it takes. If it were me, if it were you, it'd take forever to line up those shots, but they make it look so easy, so quick, so deadly.
It was more than just a two-player 3-2-1. Threats and Booga on the other side, who actually were the ones able to steal that one away. If I thought 2 players were hard to survive, 4 players is literally impossible. I feel bad for Kaizen, but luckily for him, his teammate is still left alive. You see him floating around in the mini-map, ready to kind of make an attempt at that reboot card. Fighting alone is not something anybody wants to do, even if they're separated like this. Cammy and Seti going for that forecast tower, which is a huge part of their game plan.
But not only that, they just took down MK Papa.
Ooh.
So Shalom is by himself up in this box right here. Cammy making a move for it, potentially thinking he can go in to seal this. No, they're just gonna move along here. In the meanwhile, we should look at how this happened. Take a look. Scoped weapons in hand. MK Papa slides across. Oh, they were trying to get that forecast tower themselves. No, caught out in the open. They get burned.
It's just one of those things, man. You don't necessarily plan for another team to just be hiding in bushes all around, but I feel like that's one of the most simple strategies you'd see some of these teams do, but it's honestly the small things that you tend to forget on the biggest stage. We talk about rotations. Queasy and Vino moving on over toward the west before they're going north towards Frenzy Fields to try to find their spot in towards the zone. They're easily one of the teams that can pick up multiple VRs throughout the day and kind of make up for lost time, boost up that leaderboard. But Vanyak and Carmi are going against their EU counterparts. I drop a Mappy on the other side. Getting denied piece control a few times. A quick peek view opportunity coming out from iDrop. He gets denied yet again. All of that real estate going over to Vaniac.
Feel a little deja vu here. Kanye down to the low ground. Vaniac cannot quite find the shot there. iDrop playing off the heels, backing up by himself. The last time we were in this situation, it was Sensen and company on the hunt. This time it is Karmy. Will they close it a little faster? I wonder. They are drawing the attention of teams nearby. Should wrap this up quickly. Back he goes. Not many other options for him left here now.
That's, I feel like, what iDrop best case scenario. Let another team come in this direction. Start to fight off both Vaniac and Karmy. That way he can try to slither his way out, but no opportunities are coming. A big shot fires through. Running out of resources. iDrop has to think outside of the box and get out of it as well. Multiple angles as Karmy finally goes in and finishes the job. Letting nothing go through. It's a huge way for them to kind of start their own game.
Tasting him or Stash. The quick elimination there onto Waves of a deal. Unfortunately, Mr. Savage now has to back out of this drop here. Mr. Savage and Vidil have been staying late into Slappy Shores, but I don't think they expected Merstash and Tayson to still be here playing their drop. Let's take a look at that one more time. Merstash swings around the top. They're already hurt. Into the box he goes. Vidil wasn't quick enough to defend himself there, and it was a very clean pickup. Meanwhile, Pink and Vico move right past Karmy there. Vaniac. Pink and Vico inside the top 5. Chilling around 4th place at the moment. What a different story compared to the upper bracket. Also taking their learnings out of the lower bracket into today.
Yep, and that's one thing I feel like for some of these players, you know, Vico probably one of the more mechanically skilled and gifted players on the EU region. Pink, one of the best IGLs. Sometimes it just takes a day to warm up. You know, you got the jitters, you got the nerves, different setup, different desk heights, different chairs, and sometimes you have to go through the ringer against a team like Acorn and Cold before you go ahead and say enough is enough. You start to go ahead and play to your full potential, and that's why you see him at the top side of the leaderboards. Stacey and Podesai, they're kind of making a very, very similar rotation that they have in Games Pass, going on over towards the Creaky compound, just boxing up. They're, I wouldn't say slap dab in the center of zone, but they're as close as they can be at the current moment. Using a lot of those berries and just trying to see who rotates nearby. They just don't have a good line of sight over the lobby as of now. So that's why you see them rotating to try to get a better position, because information is critical in lobbies like this.
So many trees as well really hides how much danger is lurking nearby. Take a look at all the duos as we pan out here, including Cooper and Miro just nearby. Meanwhile, to the south, Cammy and Seti, of course, wrapping things up at the Frenzy Fields. Still danger nearby, though, so you always have to be careful. With that, let's get a word from Minnie.
Thank you so much, Monster. Now, let's take a little look at Cammy and Seti's off-spawn situation. We know it's a little bit dicey for them at the moment, but in this particular game, they have managed to take control of that main Frenzy building. Of course, that gives them access to the north side of the map. And of course, what is there lurking at the north side of the map? It's the forecast tower. If you don't know, that gives them access to know when the next zone is going to be and where it is going to be positioned. So, of course, that's absolutely vital information for them. We can see them taking out another player here as well, and thankfully for them, they actually get access to this forecast tower. Hopefully for them, it'll be a good game like game number 1.
Thank you so much for the pivotal information, Minnie. My zero build carry, I should say, when me, Vivid, and Zeke all squad up. And it's just very, very sure that we keep our eyes on both Cammy and Seti. They're one of 3 teams in this lobby that will have the awareness of where that zone's going to go thanks to that forecast tower. And if you're one of those teams that may have seen them, may know that it's a chance for Cammy and Seti, you might want to try to follow them around without getting targeted. But Rift Island, you know how competitive this has been. And now Mshari and Rue are going to be one of the first teams going up to it. And that's been the trend throughout the first games. If you make it to the island first, you more than likely capture it and get those 15 points.
You really have to. See, way to turn the game around for you right here. And honestly, Mshar and Rue kind of needed this. They've been struggling here. They've had a couple moments, so this will surely put them right back up toward that top 15 bracket now. Potentially even edging their way to top 10, as this island is worth 15 points. If you can secure it in time. We jump on over to Duke, though, for a moment here. Edgy is hurt and hasn't quite recovered just yet. I wonder what's happening. as he's getting pushed by Chubbs and Bryce. A little too much happening down low. Duke comes to the rescue, though. Great tags there, and finally, Edgy gets his heels off, puts him right back into the game. He was waiting for those mushrooms to pop back in there.
This is what they do best. They're just slithering by for now. You know they can fight in the biggest moments of them all, but it's about using your brain, using your smarts, using a lot of the strategies that even got you to this point, and then very many more tricks up your sleeve to keep that train rolling.